methods. So Okay, so I titled my presentation about communicating climate change. You might think it's a funny title for a presentation, but I kind of thought like 2010's been a pretty tough year for anyone that cares about the environment, because we had the fallout from Copenhagen. We've then had all this trouble in Cancun recently, and there seems to be like what Yves de Boer, the last secretary for the UNFCCC, called a public opinion deficit, as in we don't have enough people outside this room kind of on board with our message, I feel. So I'm kind of trying to see how we can try to see how we can make like a positive message for our movement, basically. So from a lot of this, I'll be honest, a lot of the stuff I've taken is from Futura, which is a sustainable communications group. So they advise public and private people on how to communicate sustainability. So the starting point, when we talk about climate change to people, it sounds like hell. We basically giving people this vision of an apocalyptic, accurate vision of apocalyptic world that could happen if we don't change our course. It's the first thing we show people, that it sounds like hell if we don't change what happens. And what happens is no one wants to go to hell. No one likes this vision. People get put off by this vision, and it stops them from taking action. So I think we need to move away from starting with this negative view and see, I say, how can we get to heaven? How can we get to a good place? How can we show people that there's a positive sides to dealing with climate change? So we need to use a compelling vision and story to showcase realistic low carbon place that we can get to. So we need to start with a vision. Start with a vision about how it's quite simple. It's going to build like a better society for us, and it can be quite realistic as well. About how we make our own energy and we can export that to deal with the deficit instead of buying our energy from Saudi Arabia and Russia. How we can have, like Friends of the Earth does, how we can have affordable homes and warm in the winter. How we can have public transport, so it's cheap for me to visit my grandma in Newcastle on the train than taking a plane. Just logical stuff like this, small steps that we can show to people. The benefits of local foods, the new jobs that it's going to bring. So I think this is the vision we need to show to people first. When we talk about the dangers of climate change, we should show that there's a good place to go to. And I mean, just this week, Obama had his State of the Union address, and he talked a lot about potential for green economy, for being America's Sputnik moment. So I think this is something we can take on board if they're talking about it over there. So how do we communicate a low carbon world to the UK? I don't know if everyone can read that, but I put, like I said a bit earlier, to have a message of green jobs, exports and energy versus the cuts that is dominating the public domain at the moment. So an uplifting message, a positive message. Second, stories are crucial. Telling your own story about why you think getting to another low carbon economy is important. Describe your dream, like Martin Luther King, describe what you'd like to see in the world, and then explain to people how we get there. And three, make your vision as local as possible. I mean, you've all talked about what the work you're doing in your local community, so make it like something that people can. Make it something that people can engage with, because instead of being climate change this big problem that people feel they can't engage with because it's global and they feel the steps they take don't make a difference, just make it local, make people feel like they can make a change. Once you've explained your vision, link it to the problem. You have to explain the problem. After you've said the good stuff, just say, yeah, climate change is hell, let's get away from this, let's stop using oil for everything, and show them the solution. And last, just be optimistic, because another world is possible. Yeah, that's all.
That's great. Thanks ever so much, Daniel. We've got one